Doesn't this team remind you of our past civilization? We have the dinosaurs, the Ice Age, the ancient old civilizations. We have the Middle Ages, and then we got like just a cotton ball result. I don't know, maybe representing the Industrial Revolution, and then I don't know, maybe there are mole people somewhere in the world. Hey everyone, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Back Battles. If you haven't checked out the last episode, highly recommend checking out. We had a pretty insane episode with this crazy team that we're going to continue using on. And yeah, we got Whimsicott, Silvally, the Dracovish, we got Darmanitan Galarian form, we got Claydol, and we got the Excadrill. Let's get started and play some games. So, team is really interesting, and today's common question for today is, we are wrapping up 2019 and we're wrapping up this decade. What was your favorite video game of this decade, and what was your favorite anime of this decade if you watch anime? If you don't watch anime, feel free to list your favorite TV show, movie, or any other form of entertainment. For me, my favorite video game of the decade, and my favorite video game of all time currently, Kid Icarus Uprising. Such a great game. And then my favorite anime of the decade, which is also my favorite anime of all time, anime series of all time, is Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. We got an interesting team here with the Mimikyu, the Mudsdale, we got Appleton, Arcanine, Togekiss, and the Inteleon. So this is a really interesting team. Not sure how I really want to approach this so far. I guess I just lead Darmanitan plus Claydol. Just hope they don't lead Inteleon. If they don't lead Inteleon, we're actually in a pretty good spot. Volley looks pretty nice here, but Excadrill could also put in a ton of work against my opponent's team, which I do like the Excadrill. And I do like the Dracovish. The only problem is I don't have speed control, which is kind of annoying. Maybe I don't bring the Excadrill. I am really thinking Silvally could pull through, I think. And yeah, I'm going to go with Silvally. I think Silvally has really good options here. The max grass, the max electric, the max flying for Appleton. I feel like Excadrill could put in a ton of work though. I'm just not sure. I feel like either one could put in work. I do want to try out the Silvally more though than the Excadrill. I do want to try it out more, so we'll see how this goes. Also, I'm really not confident in my Excadrill's item, being that weakness policy, which not exactly a huge fan of weakness policy Excadrill, but we'll see here. It's going to be Togekiss plus Mimikyu, so it looks like my opponent's going to try and set up the Trick Room. We will go for an Icicle Crash right off the bat, try and knock out. Oh, we don't have Icicle Crash, we have Ice Punch. Even better, we can't miss. And we'll go for the Imprison turn one. We'll just stall out this Mimikyu and prevent it from setting up Trick Room. Even if a Shadow Claws, that's fine. Ice Punch just knocks out the Togekiss. Beautiful damage. Knocks out the Togekiss immediately. And a Willow is going to come out straight away into the Darmanitan, which is a shame. Darmanitan will get burned. However, Darmanitan was really more of an open-up starter, so I'm completely fine with that. No more Trick Room for my opponent. So Trick Room's off the board, and let's see what my opponent's going to rely on next. Also, I got to remember that Snipe Shot, which is Italian's signature move, does ignore Ally Switch, I think. I'm pretty sure it ignores all kind of redirections, but I'm not completely sure on that. If someone knows, let me know in the comments down below. I'm still going to come out, okay? I have a Dracovish, which is probably good against my opponent's team, so I'm not really too worried about this right now. I think I'm going to Ice Punch and Earth Power, I think. I don't see a reason not to just get some chip right here into my opponent. Yeah. I don't really need Darmanitan at all. I just need to have the Claydol around just so enough to I can get an actual Pokemon that's a threat to my opponent on the field and deny the Trick Room once again. Or just knock out the Mimikyu in general. We're going to see Mudsdale go for that, what's it called? The Dynamax here, which is completely fine. Steel Spike is going to be annoying if my opponent does go for it, and I'm assuming that's going to be the case here, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think Dracovish can put in a ton of work once again, and we'll see what my opponent goes for. I also don't know how fast a Mimikyu is, which is a big question mark. Player up, not even Shadow Claw. Huh. Okay. Overpower gonna come out, do some chip. Ooh, good chip. That's some good chip. Next Steel Spike. Into the Claydol slot, actually. So it completely ignoring the Darmanitan. Huh, okay. Big question is, are you stamina on the Mudsdale? I don't want to activate stamina. I will go for the Ice Punch once again. And Ice Switch is kind of worthless. I'm just going to double up the Mimikyu slot with Ice Punch. I don't think Ice Punch is going to KO. I feel like without the boost, we would have been fine. But we'll see here. My opponent might get a double knockout, but I think it's fine. We're going to see Shadow Sneak come out, actually, so that probably does knock out the Claydol here. So Claydol is going to go down, which I'm not too surprised about. Claydol will faint here, and we will get an Ice Punch off and bring this Mimikyu super low. Yep. Max Knuckle actually going to come out. Okay. Into the Darmanitan slot. So Darmanitan does go down, but again, I was completely okay with the Darmanitan going down. As long as I get my free switch into my Dracovish, as well as my other Pokemon in the back, which is going to be the Silvally. I guess it really just comes down to who's faster between the Mimikyu and the Mimikyu and the Silvally. Also, another big question is, which is pretty huge of a question actually, is like, does Shadow Sneak +1 boosted into Max Quake knock me out? That is actually very likely, huh? Well, I can't afford Dracovish to get burned, so I think I have to target that slot. Let me just check if we're max speed Silvally, which I think we are. No, we're not. We're modest. Okay, so we gotta hope this isn't max speed on the Mimikyu. Oh, I can max Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go for max the max Ghost here actually, to lower the speed, lower the defense of that Mudsdale. So maybe even Fisher's Wren could pick up the knockout potentially. Who knows? We'll see. But I think that is a play here. I don't want to double up into Mudsdale again because there is that Will-O-Wisp threat from the Mimikyu. So it really comes down to what kind of Mimikyu set this is. I'm really hoping it's slow on a Trick Room team. Nice. So we will get the max Ghost off into the Mimikyu. Pick up the knockout on the Mimikyu, so I don't have to worry about Shadow Sneak. And let's see if this Mudsdale is going to be able to take this Vicious Wren. That's going to do a lot of damage. Ooh, wow, we just O-code. Nice, that Max Ghost putting in work here. So Silvally putting in some work. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We have our Dynamax Pokemon. It's a 2v1 situation with our Dracovish, and Dracovish is going to put in a ton of work here. So yeah, looking pretty good for us so far, as the Appleton is going to be that last Pokemon. Does quad resist my Dracovish, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do have the option to go for the Max Airstream. What's the Max Ghost? Max Phantasm. I think I've been calling it Max Phantasma, so it's just Phantasm. Okay. Airstream. The Appleton. Battle is going to be forfeited. Alright. Makes sense. Maybe if there's no Protect there, maybe it's like a Recycle set with the Grass move, a Dragon move. I don't know what other move it really gets, but I mean, maybe it's Leech Seed Substitute. That could explain it. So it can't protect us all at the Dynamax, potentially. Maybe my opponent doesn't know I'm Choice Banded. Well, you should know I'm Choice Banded. I knocked out their Mudsdale. That was Dynamax, but nice. 1 win so far for this team. We were able to put in quite a bit of work with the Claydol plus the Silvally plus the Darmanitan. Really loving how this team works. All the members are putting in a ton of work that you wanted to do. You wouldn't really expect these Pokemon to do really well together, but they are actually. Huh. Alright, another hard Trick Room team. I'm gonna do the same game plan as I did previously with the Whimsicott plus the Claydol. I think the play is to go Darm here plus the Dracovish. I kind of like Silvally more, probably. The problem is I can't change the weather. Wait, is there a Torkoal? Yeah, there is a Torkoal. The problem is I don't want to deal with the Torkoal. Yeah, I can't change weather, which is big. Maybe I could like not bring Dracovish, but I feel like that's kind of feel like that's kind of crazy. And I wouldn't have good answers to Torque. Alright, yeah, I'll bring these 4. And see how it goes. I just wish we had a better way to stop the Butterfree than just taunting it. Like, I'm forced to bring it, which sucks. I wish the Claydol was made... Well, Earth Power has been doing a ton of damage for us, so the Soft Sand has been putting in work. I don't know, I would kind of like Goggles or Chesto-Berry to prevent these dumb Sleep Powder stuff. Because, like, if I'm bringing against Hard Trick Room, I kind of want that option, right? I want to make sure Trick Room doesn't go up, but with the lead I'm going with, it's very passive. It's not exactly that great here. Maybe my opponent won't bring the Butterfree, but I have no clue what my opponent would bring otherwise. Let's see what my opponent is gonna do here. Man, ever realized that the girl customizations are so much better than the male ones? All right, we're gonna see the Butterfree plus the Bronzong here. Gonna taunt. Here's also another problem with Butterfree. I forgot that it gets a bug type coverage, so that's actually kind of annoying. I kind of want to Moonblast a Butterfree in Trick Room. Maybe I should taunt the Bronzong. I don't think taunting the Bronzong is the play either. Maybe I should ally switch? I don't know. I don't know Bronzong Trick Rooms yet. Because I want to avoid the Sleep Powder or the Bug move. I feel like Sleep Powder could come out. I'm just not sure. I think I'm just going to Imprison Moonblast turn 1. I'm not sure if you're going to... Like, Taunt might be obvious, so I don't know if you're going to Sleep Powder immediately. So, I'm going to attempt it. Moonblast does a good chunk to the Butterfree. Special Attack Drop, which is nice too for Pollen Puff. This goes for the Sleep Powder, which is unfortunate. Does hit my Claydol. That's not too bad though. If I can wake up for the first turn, we could reverse Trick Room and then Imprison, which isn't too bad here. Because Bronzong has to set up the Trick Room here, obviously. Now I can Moonblast a Butterfree slot. Unless this Butterfree has Hurricane, which I'm not sure. You shouldn't be able to knock out my Whimsicott. And I can go for the reverse Trick Room here. And if not, like, I get a free switch in to probably my Dracovish and I click Crunch. Which isn't too bad. It's not exactly the best spot though. So let's see what my opponent does. Also, I don't know what kind of Butterfrees they run. I'm pretty sure they run max speed on Trick Room teams, but I don't know. Min speed would be kind of frustrating to deal with, I guess. Butterfree is going to hard switch out. Okay. Into the Rhyperior. Okay, so my opponent wants to set up immediately. Looks like body presses. The Whimsicott got to break its sash, which makes sense. Don't have Energy Ball, so I can't really have any coverage here. As well, Moonblast the Rhyperior. Ooh, we did a big chunk. Unfortunately, Claydol still stays asleep. Trying to figure out. Maybe I should Tailwind. Fake Tears does nothing for me, so there's no point in going for... Maybe Fake Tears is the play. Earth Power might knock it out afterward, which is why I'm thinking. How fast is my Claydol? I want to see if maybe I underspeed the Rhyperior. No, I definitely don't. I'm gonna reverse Trick Room here. I'm gonna Fake Tears because I'm hoping it will put it into Earth Power range afterward. Alright, I feel like my opponent's last mon, I don't think it's Torkoal, I think it's Gastrodon. I don't feel too bad. I was thinking of Tailwind just so my Dracovish outspeeds the Butterfree afterward. Because that Pokemon's annoying to deal with for sure. But we'll see. We are going to see a Dynamax from my opponent. Probably, you'd have to assume the Rhyperior. Like, I can't see the Bronzong Dynamaxing. Yeah, there's the Rhyperior, which makes sense. Alright. I'm pretty sure Fake Tears and Earth Power should get it. I did reverse Trick Room though because I do want to set up that mind game situation. Bulldoze is going to come out, which is fine. Doesn't affect Claydol because of its Levitate. I actually chips the Rhyperior for a bit more than I thought. Here comes the weakness policy. Please, please, please wake up, Claydol. If we don't wake up, we're in a really bad spot. Max Rockfall. Into Whimsicott. Because we sack a Pokemon next turn because we don't have Protect on either Mon. So Sandstorm is going to get set up. Oh, why, Claydol? Why? That is very sad. Very, very sad. I don't think Dracovish lives this even if I Dynamax, so there's no point. I'm gonna... If I reverse Trick Room now... Yeah, I have to reverse Trick Room. You're gonna Max Quake, get the Spit Death boost. Yeah. I have to Fish's Rend. I have to Trick Room. This is my fault for not taunting the Butterfree turn 1. I was just really worried about my opponent attacking with both Pokemon here. Oh wait, I could Ally Switch actually. It's worth it. My opponent resets. Godlike. Godlike. Oh shoot, they have... Oh! I forgot Gastrodon. No! That is so bad. I messed this endgame up so much. Oh wait, he targeted. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. It's doable. That could have been really bad. I'm locked in. I can't switch. I can't really afford to. Problem is my opponent's gonna do a lot here. Probably you max Rockfall and a Scald to the Claydol slot. Can't really afford to go down. I think I'm gonna Ally Switch again, and Vicious Rend. I can't afford Claydol going down. It's more useful to me than my Dracovish. I just need to stall out Trick Room somehow. I thought I could get the KO there with the Ally Switch, but good play from my opponent. Covered a lot of bases there. Rockfall gonna come out into, I'd assume, the Dracovish. Yep. Covered all options basically. And the Scald, a +1. Please don't knock out Claydol. Oh, that was close. No! No! That's a big F. That's a big F. Oh, that's probably a loss. I'll try to Darm 1v4. Very unlikely situation, but it's possible. I need not to get Scald Burn though. And I need my opponent not to protect in any situations. So what I do here is I go for the max Ice, knock out the Rhyperior. Next turn I go for the max Flare into whatever's coming out. I just gotta avoid a few Scald Burns. It's possible. No. This was definitely a doable game if it wasn't burned though. I mean, it's still doable now, but like even then. This is what I get for using Ally Switch. This is what I get for using Ally Switch. I get hard punished. We bring out Darm. The Dynamax Darm. Time to put in some work, monkey. Time to put in some work. Okay, no protects, which is good. Bye. Maybe if I can get a flinch, that'd be beautiful. Really glad that Guerrilla Tactics gives us a boost with the Dynamax, so this thing's gonna be putting in some work if I just don't get... Oh, Earth Power instead, okay. What the heck? Bro, that did way too much. I know it's +1, but that did way too much. What? I know Darm's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but Gastrodon isn't exactly the most offensive Pokemon in the world either. Oh no. I don't have anything that can boost my thing either. Wait, that did exactly have. I was hoping my opponent would choke by going for Scald. Well, I know this ship's sinking. I'm gonna just see if I can KO the Gashadon. You might just Rage Powder though, which would be fair. Yeah, that's fair. I just want to live and see if I can actually KO the Gashadon with the Max Hailstorm. That's all I want to do. Please let me get this off. Please let me live and just let me see if I can KO the Gashadon. That was a very bad Vicious Rend from me. Brick Power. Okay, I do live. I do live. I mean, we still lost anyway because I can't double target my opponent. I don't have Rock Slide, so I can't flinch it in this mode. Let's see how much we do to Gashadon, though. I'm really curious if this knocks out, though. I'm guessing it will because it's more of an offensive Gashadon, it looks like. Yeah, you don't protect either Mon if you have Protect because it's a choke if you protect. Oh, wow, I didn't even knock it out. Ah, that's crazy. It's not even like an offensive item either. It's just a berry. And that is going to be a good game. So, a little bit unlucky in this game, but should have probably never allowed the Sleep Powder to go off. I just don't know. Butterfree is just an annoying lead, I feel like. Because if there's a Butterfree, I have to lead Women's God. And I'm going to have to play a mind game of do you Pollen Puff for a 2-hit KO on the Claydol. I'm assuming it's a 2-hit KO. Bug type move, Stab. I'm pretty sure it would KO Claydol. And then you got the... and then it's just a mind game, right? If you Sleep Powder or you Pollen Puff. And I can't touch the Butterfree. That's the one problem. I'd rather have any other move than Ally Switch. Like if I had Psychic there, I was in a pretty good spot, I think. Because I could just taunt it into Psychic that slot. Like having Ally Switch kind of screwed me over there. Gave me a shot, I guess, to come back. I know, it was pretty rough. Otherwise, I don't know. I would have had to call it a Gashadon, which was a bad play. That was definitely a bad play by me. Going for the Vicious Rend. I completely forgot about Gashadon. Like in the beginning, first few turns, I was definitely expecting the Gashadon. But then for some reason those like couple of turns, my mind completely clicked off and forgot about the Gashadon. So that is my bad. Scald Burn also hurt. Alongside the 3-turn sleep, obviously, but definitely could have played this better. Hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Back Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, the size, areas of my channel, and more. Ally Switch is a bad move. It is a bad move. That's what I get for using Ally Switch. Shouldn't use Ally Switch. But anyway, you can check out the team down below. I'll list the code down below in the description, as well as the report, as well as the player's Twitter that I found the report on. Otherwise, you can check out my social medias, the size here, all that other good stuff. If you want to support this video, be sure to leave a like down below, share it with your friends, answer the comments, questions of the day down below, as well as let me know what you think. Otherwise, if you want to go an extra mile, check out my content. If you want to go an extra mile to support my content, not check out my content, but you can check out my Patreon page, my Twitch, and my merch down below. Otherwise, I think that is pretty much it. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me. It's been pretty real. 2019 has been a great year. And this decade has been insane for me, of course. But otherwise, yeah, 2020 is going to be coming up soon. A lot of stuff planned. Otherwise, yeah. Hope you enjoy. Hope you join me for it as well. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again. Catch y'all later.